We've got Elimination Chamber qualifiers, some new ones. AEW Revolution starting to take shape, and we're watching SmackDown. Watch it with us. It's Wrestling Uncensored. Indeed. Johnny North is here in the building.
How's it going, Dave?
It's going. Seeing a promo for Brock Lesnar, the Beast incarnate, set to return to Monday Night Raw this coming Monday. What does it mean? What does it all mean? I heard he's going to be in the chamber somehow.
Might be kind of hard because didn't they already announce the last qualifying match?
Yeah, but he's going to attack someone and take their spot. Possibly LA Knight setting up a match for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I could see him attack LA Knight, but I don't know about taking a spot. I think that match will happen at Mania, but I don't think Brock's going to get involved in terms of in the chamber match, I don't think. Well, Cody's in the match. So someone could beat Brock. It'd be Cody.
Randy's in the match, too.
Yeah, I don't think Randy's going to beat Cody. Going to beat Brock, though. Not going to happen.
No, but him and Cody can team up in the chamber to take Brock out. They can all team up to take Brock out.
There's someone at least strong enough to beat Brock. Because usually Brock's unstoppable, but Cody can stop him.
Cody can do it. Cody could do it. So, we'll see what happens with Brock, Raw. The rumor is him and LA Knight for WrestleMania. It's not really the match we wanted to see. I don't love it for LA Knight because I think he's probably just going to get beat up and beat at Mania. I don't know.
Right. No, I don't disagree with you, but in terms of like marquee matches, though, that might be the biggest match for LA Knight up to this point in his career.
Yeah.
That's huge to wrestle Brock at WrestleMania. That's a big match.
It is, but it's also not the best big match you could get at WrestleMania. There are better options.
I mean, besides the world title match, I think Brock is like the big special attraction now. He kind of took the Undertaker spot.
Good, though. I think beating Brock would be the move. That'd be something.
Yeah, it was Gunther, sure, but it's not, so it won't be.
Just wrestling him doesn't even seem like that big of a deal. He's wrestled everybody. Like I said last week, I think, Omos wrestled Brock at WrestleMania. It doesn't, it's not, it's not a big deal. It's fine. It's something. But losing to Brock and getting suplexed around, I think, is not the most fun option. I'm sure he'd rather be wrestling CM Punk for the world title.
Yeah, of course, because that's going to main event everything for WrestleMania, right? With all the big nights, that's the big main event of all of them. So, of course, that's the biggest match. And if he's wrestling Brock, it might be, stuck somewhere in the mid-card of night one or something.
Yeah.
But still, that's a match people are probably going to remember because Brock is exciting to watch. And I'm sure just throwing LA Knight around, that's going to be exciting to see.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, all you're going to remember is LA Knight getting thrown around and losing to Brock Lesnar, which doesn't do a lot for the LA Knight character going forward, and he is going forward, whereas Brock Lesnar probably disappears for 6 months after WrestleMania.
Yeah, I expect LA Knight to get a bit in on that match. I don't think it's going to be just a complete Brock walking all over him. I think LA Knight will get a bit of offense and probably some moments where he could win the match.
You would hope. We'll see. He is in the Elimination Chamber, though, is LA Knight, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, Javon Evans. Javon Evans qualifying. When did he qualify? Did anybody qualify on Raw this
the
week?
main event.
Was that this week?
It was the main event. Yeah.
Yeah, he was there with Gunther, and he qualified. Javon qualified in a match with Gunther and who was the other guy?
Dom Mysterio.
Oh yeah, right. The forgettable Dominic. He was there. I found it odd that Dominic was in an Elimination Chamber qualifying match when he's held the Intercontinental title for a while and hasn't defended it in like 100 days.
Well, you probably don't remember in AAA he suffered an injury and he's been out for so long because of that.
Right. But
That was
why,
his first
when he
match
comes
back.
back, doesn't he have to defend the Intercontinental title right away? Why hasn't he been stripped of the Intercontinental title because he hasn't defended it? Remember the old 30-day rule? If you don't defend your title and every 30 days at least once, you're stripped. That's not in place anymore. And Dominic, he's held the belt. He's still champion. And he comes back, and for some reason he's in a qualifying match for the Chamber, and he's still not defending the Intercontinental title. Thankfully, though, we did have an Intercontinental Championship #1 contenders match between El Grande Americano and Penta that Penta won. So now Penta at some point should get a shot at Dom. We'll see what happens there. But the big story is Javon Evans winning that triple threat. When I thought, and I think you thought, and most people thought Gunther would win and be in the Chamber. But he's not.
Well, we saw it tonight on SmackDown. Like, I think they have their set stars that they want in the Chamber matches, and then they're going to have a couple of new talents, or one or two new talent each in a Chamber match, and they pick those people that we saw in the Rumble. Like, they had impressive showings, and now they're being showcased in the Chamber as well.
We talked about Gunther's path to WrestleMania, and now it becomes even foggier with, we thought he might be in the Chamber, maybe start something with Randy and set up a match with Randy at WrestleMania. But now the path to Randy Orton and a match seems unclear. So
yeah, it's foggy. Yeah,
I had a thought during the match when Dragon Lee came out and attacked Gunther. I thought, well, maybe Gunther will just retire Rey at Mania. Because he's been retiring everybody. Rey is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, Rey Mysterio. And, he can retire. I think, he's done enough. He's not the wrestler he was. He's not in his physical prime. He's been through a lot of injuries. The word was he only stayed around and signed another contract with the WWE so that his son could get involved and get a job. And now Dominic is established as a WWE superstar. He doesn't need his dad anymore to hold his hand. He can do it. I think Rey could retire and possibly be retired by Gunther at WrestleMania. That might be where we're going. I'm really not sure, but I'd be happy with that. I think that would be a logical step for Gunther. And I think you need to do something serious with Gunther at WrestleMania, given what he's done this year. Retiring John Cena and AJ Styles on the path to WrestleMania, you would think he would have a big match on the biggest show of the year. I don't see him retiring Randy Orton if they do wrestle, but I could see him retiring Rey Mysterio, and that's a pretty big name. That's a pretty big name. That's a pretty great wrestler. I could see it happening. I don't know what else Gunther's doing. Because, like I said, we thought, well, maybe Randy Orton, that'd be an interesting match. It would make sense. He's a big star, legend. Maybe Randy wins one for the Legends. But now that Gunther hasn't qualified and Dragon Lee attacked him during the match, maybe costing him, the Chamber spot, costing him his title match at WrestleMania, right? So Gunther's going to be mad at Dragon Lee. And then who's going to come help Dragon Lee? Rey Mysterio. So, seems about right.
It's an interesting possibility. It's not what I had Rey checked in on for Mania. I had him in a 6-man tag, the way it's going. I think you kind of see how it's going with the Americanos.
Yeah.
I had Rey on the opposite team of that.
I don't think that's going to happen, John. I think we're doing mask versus mask. Original El Grande versus new El Grande. There will be only one El Grande after WrestleMania. I believe that we will have a mask versus mask match at WrestleMania between the El Grandes. I don't think we're doing some sort of 6-man tag. That would suck.
I just feel like, because they already came to blows this past Monday. Like, that's what cost them that number 1 contenders match, right? The original Gable, right, cost new Ludwig, like the match, right?
The El Grande battle must be decided, and no bigger or better stage than WrestleMania to determine who is the true El Grande Americano.
But I just feel that we're going to get that singles match sooner than Mania, I think, just the way it's been going. They already had a bit of a brawl afterwards, right? So I feel that we're going to get that earlier, and then that's why it would lead into that tag, because that's all that's going to be left at the end. And someone just made that comment, too, about AJ Styles is going to be on Raw this Monday.
Yeah.
So that might continue the Gunther story, I think, possibly.
Mm-hmm. Interesting times with Gunther. We really haven't talked about that, like, El Grande Americano, new El Grande gimmick much here. But it's just, it's kind of a wild thing that they're doing. I don't think people realize how crazy it is. So Chad Gable, an American wrestler, was feuding with some lucha guys, and then to mess with them, pretended to be a great lucha guy who was El Grande Americano, who spoke no Spanish because Chad Gable doesn't speak Spanish. And then, he was doing this thing with the lucha guys, but then he gets injured. And the gimmick is so hot that they figure, well, let's give it to Ludwig Kaiser, who's a German guy who, as many Europeans do, happens to speak several languages, including Spanish. So now he's out there as the new El Grande Americano that everybody knows is not Chad Gable anymore, and he's speaking Spanish and is actually getting over with, I think, a Spanish audience in Mexico for AAA.
Yep, he was.
And he is accompanied by 2 British guys who I think don't speak Spanish, but are speaking in, like, Mexican accents and doing basically a Conan Eddie Guerrero style promo from 1997.
Yeah, you got it pretty much down, that one, yeah.
Which is nuts. Like, they're doing fake Mexican accents. I don't know how they're getting away with it. I think they're getting away with it because they're under masks, so people are like, maybe these guys are Mexican. They're not. It's 2 British guys. Isn't it Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate?
It is, hailing from the Gulf of America.
Right. So it's 2 British guys and a German guy. The German guy speaks Spanish. I don't think the other 2, maybe one of them does? Or do neither of them speak Spanish? I don't think either of them speak Spanish.
I think as well as Gable was doing, a couple words here and there.
Yeah, Gable, he doesn't speak any kind of Spanish. So that whole gimmick is nuts. And now, I think they're doing a thing where in Mexico, where they run this gimmick, Kaiser El Grande is a babyface and Gable is the heel. Like, original El Grande, they don't like. But new El Grande, they do like. But in the States, it seems like original El Grande, they really like, but new El Grande, they're mad at and they don't like. So it's almost like a Bret Hart 1997 Canada-US thing where it flips babyface and heel. When Kaiser's in the States, he's a heel. When he's in Mexico, he's a babyface. and vice versa with Chad Gable. It's a pretty interesting gimmick that the WWE has. The fact that they also own this Mexican wrestling promotion and they're throwing these guys out there and it's gotten over is kind of nuts. The fact that they're on American TV doing like fake Mexican accents, talking about where are my Mexican people, is also kind of nuts. It's got to end. And I think it ends at WrestleMania with Gable losing the mask and going back to being Chad Gable, and Kaiser and his crew continuing to be the Americanos. And none of them are American or Mexican. It's pretty good. It's a German and 2 Brits. WWE, brother. Only in the WWF, pal. Anything can happen in the World Wrestling Federation.
Regardless of them not being like true Mexicans, I feel like in this gimmick, it's better than the gimmicks they had before. So I really hope they continue doing what they're doing because they're actually more entertaining with the mask. And Gable, I think, can do it without the mask. It's something he was just doing in the meantime. It suited the time he was doing it, and it worked because the gimmick was over. But I think it's okay to pass it on.
Yeah, I agree. Jason Peet, who's a member of the team over at join.ringsidereport.net. Thank you, Jason, for supporting. He says, the funny thing, he learned and mastered Spanish. El Grande Americano is over and hard in Mexico. And Jason knows this because he lives in Mexico. Jason is in Mexico, and he's telling us that El Grande, Ludwig Kaiser El Grande, is big time over in Mexico. Uh-oh. We've got some commotion here, John. It's an Elimination Chamber qualifier. Oh, no.
It's not.
No, it's not. It's Rhea Ripley versus Julia one-on-one. Sorry, brother. I got a little confused. It's Rhea Ripley versus Julia one-on-one, but it turned into a melee with Nia Jax and Lash Legends now attacking. Did I miss something?
Well, just to clarify, Rhea's already in the chamber.
Yeah.
There was interference.
This
involved.
was just a one-on-one between Rhea and Julia for some reason, right?
It was supposed to be Io and Julia because I guess there was a bit of a conflict from the week prior. But for whatever reason, they switched it, and Rhea was put into the match. And I'm not surprised we get this non-finish because I didn't think they wanted either of them to lose, so that's why this happened. Plus, I believe Nia and Lash said that they're going to face, I think, Rhea and Io next week or something, or sometime soon they're going to be facing
the belts. Okay, so they're just setting up a tag title match.
Yeah.
I see. Obafemi we're seeing now talking to The Miz backstage. Obafemi squashed Kit Wilson tonight. The promo before the match was longer than the match. Obafemi.
Yeah, the poems is kind of awkward, but I feel Oba made something out of that by making him read it again. That kind of got over a little bit, I feel.
Yeah. I like Kit Wilson. You don't, but...
I mean, he can talk. He can talk. It's good for him that he can talk.
Yeah. Very good promo. Very entertaining, which is what I was saying about Pretty Deadly from the start. They were the most entertaining guys in the tag division. Hopefully, we can get Elton Prince back at some point, and we can get Pretty Deadly back together, and hopefully a title run with those tag belts.
Broken neck. It's rough.
Huh?
Well, didn't Elton Prince break his neck?
Yeah.
Rough.
Yeah. Trick Williams qualifying for the Elimination Chamber tonight, beating Damian Priest and Carmelo Hayes. So Trick Williams and Javon Evans both qualifying this week, joining Cody Rhodes, LA Knight, and Randy Orton. Bronson Reed, Jay Uso, and the original El Grande, Chad Gable, will be wrestling a triple threat on Raw coming up Monday to determine the final qualifier. I'm going to go with Big Bronson Reed in that one. You got to have somebody from the Vision in this match.
Yeah, it makes
Austin
sense.
Theory didn't win, you know?
That's right. Yeah, no, it makes sense. And I expect Americano's going to cost the other Americano, Gable, the match too. Or
Yeah.
I don't even know if they really even need the costing, really. But it's a triple threat match, so chaos can happen. Yeah, I think Bronson Reed's going to win that one.
I think you have to put Bronson Reed in the Elimination Chamber, given what Roman Reigns said about losing to Bronson and how it did nothing. Look at him now. Wasn't that it wasn't a promo, right? It was in an interview. He was talking about losing to some guys. I don't know if he mentioned Bronson by name, but you knew he was talking about him. And he was like, I come and I lose to these guys. And did he say Bronson specifically?
It was something about putting over the new guys. The new guys are complaining, all this. And like
he said something about creative, how he put over the new guys, and then what? What?
Right.
Where does it go? And he lost to Bronson Reed, and it was weird. It was surprising.
Yeah.
And where did it go? You got to do something with him. He's got to be in the Elimination Chamber, at least. Why did he beat Roman Reigns? You got to put him in there.
No, I agree. And again, I feel the Chamber was kind of lacking heels, both sides. So, yeah, you need to add some more heels. And he's a perfect heel. And like you said, the Vision needs to be involved. I mean, they're supposed to be a top faction on Raw. They need to be involved in this PLE in some capacity.
And do you still see Cody Rhodes winning this thing and going up against Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania?
Yeah, I got that. But because Aldis said that he'd make it up to Jacob somehow, I still think it's going to be a triple threat match.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Jacob Fatu and Cody Rhodes, they were doing a promo, and Jacob wanted to fight Drew McIntyre, and Drew was banned from or kicked out of the arena or whatever. Or Nick Aldis said he's not there, and then Drew appeared from a luxury box, and he had a microphone. He's like, I bought tickets. I love SmackDown so much that I spent my own money for all these seats. And I'm like, but how'd you get the microphone? And why did they turn it on? Like, they try to act like he's not supposed to be on the show, but it's like if I bought tickets, even if I bought a whole box, they wouldn't give me a microphone and let me just talk. It's not how it works. So, that was dumb. But, whatever, it's wrestling. Drew said some things, and then Nick Aldis was like, okay, Jacob, let's talk. I'll, make a deal with you. So Jacob is not in the chamber, but maybe he finds his way in a triple threat there with Drew and Cody at WrestleMania. Do you see the report that Drew apparently went, over Triple H's head and went directly to The Rock complaining about his creative? And then he became WWE champion and is probably now going to main event WrestleMania night 1.
Well, there's that. There's also Cody actually suggested, too, just to change it up, that he wanted Drew to win because it's better for him to chase the title than defend the title going into WrestleMania. And I kind of agree with that because this has been going on far too long. This is why you need Jacob in that match. You can't sell me another Cody versus Drew match. It's too much. It's been going on for more than half a year now. Got to change it.
Yeah. No, we need Jacob Fatu in that match, I think. I think you really do, because otherwise it's Cody Drew at WrestleMania, which as a match, I don't even think can main event night 1. I don't think it gets people excited enough where you go, oh yeah, that's a main event of a show. I really don't.
I think if it's a triple threat, it can definitely main event. I'm still debating though, because I put together I put a mock card together pretty much, a what WrestleMania could potentially be for night one. And I feel it's either that or Stephanie versus Liv. And I think the three ways in terms of like name value is bigger. But maybe because Liv's going to get that moment, I think, maybe that should be the end. Possibly.
Liv?
Yeah. I mean, you got to give people opportunities here. I mean, is it always Cody? You know?
Well, but like Liv getting the moment, she's a heel. I don't see a heel winning in the end being like a good moment to close out a show.
No, I completely agree with you, but it's not like that anymore. You know it's not like that anymore. Think about it. Anytime anyone wins a title now, it's all you deserved it. The next time they come out, even if they're a heel, it doesn't matter.
Then people are being bad at heel work. If, you know,
right?
Like if Gunther wins a belt, that's not going to be the reaction. It's not. If Gunther beats CM Punk, people wouldn't be like, you deserve it. They'd be like, boo, we hate you. We can't believe you beat Punk. You suck. People hate Gunther, man. We like him, but a lot of wrestling fans, you see the reactions he gets. He is hated. He's a good heel. They've done a good job of making him a heel, but he's also done a good job of being a heel.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with you.
If you're cheered as a heel, you're not a good heel. And they always say, like, being a heel is the easiest thing in wrestling. It's easier than being a babyface. Way easier to be hated than be liked, right? That's what they say. It's way easier to get somebody to hate you than to like you. That's not wrong. However, you have many people in the wrestling business that can't figure out how to be legit heels where people actually hate them. Hard to do, I guess, because people understand that you're a heel and you're just doing your job, and if you're a good heel, but people have found ways to be hated.
Well, did Liv do a good job being hated by crying in her promo? Which was
what
absolutely
the hell? That was
ridiculous.
a horrible promo. Stephanie Vaquer said a bunch of stuff that you couldn't understand. Dominic Mysterio was like whispering it to Liv. We didn't understand what he was saying. I mean, I speak a bit of Spanish, but not that much. Not as, she used to slow it down.
It was fast,
for me.
too. Right.
Huh?
It was kind of fast the way it was going. And
yeah, it was too fast for me is what I'm saying. I mean, I picked up a few words, but I was like, I don't know half the stuff that she's saying right now. And it was a long promo. She kept talking to Liv, and then Liv's like crying, and she just walks away. I guess we're supposed to feel bad for Liv because Stephanie like bullied her in Spanish. It was weird and bad. It was very, very bad. I don't know, man. There was a lot of stuff on Raw that was not good. I mean, the fact that they have something called a creative team is a joke. Because they have zero creativity. CM Punk comes out on the show, cuts a promo about how, he's not jeopardizing the main event of WrestleMania by wrestling Finn Bálor at Elimination Chamber, and he's going to beat Finn Bálor, and he's going to wrestle Roman because he's a fighting champion, and this and that. And then Finn Bálor comes out with his buddies, right? JD and Dominic. And Punk says, oh, Finn, why don't you hit me? I'm going to turn my back, and you can hit me. But if you do, just know that you may be jeopardizing Elimination Chamber because you may hurt me and I might not be able to go. And so here you go, Finn. Hit me. And then Finn, the Irishman, decides not to hit CM Punk because he doesn't want to jeopardize the match at Elimination Chamber. Okay? And then, later on in the show, CM Punk's wife who also lives in Chicago, cut a promo with Becky Lynch from Ireland saying, "Hit me, Becky. Take the first shot." And Becky, what did she do? She refused because she didn't want to jeopardize the match at Elimination Chamber. They literally did the same promo in the same show. It was outrageous. I'm watching this going, I see in the Punk promo and the Finn promo, and it's like, whatever, standard WWE fare, normal stuff. And then you go, wait a second, AJ and Becky are doing the same thing? They're doing the same thing. They used to do this where, like, on Raw you'd have a promo, and then on SmackDown you'd have a promo. It was very similar, different characters, but they were saying the same things, and the setup was the same. And then they'd have a match, and the finish was identical, and you're like, oh, they're just recycling stuff. But at least that was on a Raw and a SmackDown. It was different shows. Now they're literally recycling their creative on the same damn show. And the fact that more people aren't up in arms about this astonishes me, because we watch these shows and they're supposed to have a creative team. They're so impressed with their creative team, they have a Netflix documentary series for 2 seasons, probably a 3rd and 4th on the way, about how great their creative team is. These people are doing nothing. I don't know what they're doing, but they're not creating anything. They're regurgitating the same stuff they do each and every week, and they're repeating themselves in the same 2.5-hour block of programming. Punk and AJ and Becky and Finn did the same promo this week. How do they call themselves creative?
When stuff like that happens, that feels like the left doesn't know what the right is doing, kind of thing, where one person's writing one part of the show, another person's writing the other part of the show, but they're not working together and realizing, hey, we're doing the exact same thing on the same show. That's the problem. Like, they're kind of doing their own little separate things, and no one's bringing it all together for whatever reason, because, like, you're not wrong about that. And it's bad because it stands out. Like you say, AJ and Punk, you know, husband, wife. Yeah, it kind of really stands, same show, stands out. Doesn't look too good.
It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, yo, there's 2 people from Chicago, husband and wife, cutting the same promo with Irish people that they're wrestling at the Chamber. And then the Irish people don't want to fight them. It's the same thing.
Oh, and it gets worse on Raw. We can talk more about that. We had an elimination qualifying match, right? There was a 3-way. Natty was in it. Remember that? They said
Natty, Bailey, Asuka.
Yeah. And they said Natty was trained by Stu Hart. And I'm like...
Oh, a little bit, probably.
Well, I don't know about that. Like she started training in like 2002, didn't she?
Well,
like
Stu,
like,
but I mean, he was her grandfather, and she probably was in the dungeon when he was there at some point.
Right, but like, you know, Stu passed away like in 2003. Like, I don't know in that time frame he was doing much training.
A loose, I mean, you know.
Wow. It wasn't loosely said. It was straight up said, oh, trained by Stu Hart. Like, whoa. Like,
whatever, trying to keep the name alive. That's not bad. I don't,
but another thing too on Natty, like,
not amazing.
No, but Natty, new gimmick, has never won.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get over when you never win.
Are you surprised?
Not really, but disappointed. Like, at least I thought she'd get something. Nothing. Like, yeah. But still feuding with Maxine, which eventually I think Maxine's just going to straight up beat her.
Really?
Yeah, because, like, if they can't give Natty anything besides that she just gets a mean face, it looks like she's about to, like, take a dump, like, it's hard to get behind her. I don't want to be behind her if she's taking a dump, by the way.
Oh, jeez, John. So crude. Unbelievable.
Hey, that's just being factual. That's uncensored right there. I don't want to be behind someone taking a dump.
All right. Johnny Uncensored. I mean, I don't think many people do. Some people do though, probably. I would guess.
Vince?
Yeah. Oh, hey, Vince. Hey, let's. I mean, are we gonna talk about the Janel Grant? Janel Grant, the woman who accused Vince McMahon of all these things that he possibly did. She spoke today for the first time, and I watched
15 minutes.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. I don't know. I'm not sure what to make of it. She said a lot of stuff. Didn't give a lot of details,
No, but a couple of things stood out.
Spoke in kind of big, kind of vague terms.
Well, you could tell because, I don't think she can say a lot of things right now. But
yeah, that's it.
Something she said, something that stood out to me. We talked about this when it was happening, right? When WWE did a storyline that was very similar to what's happening, with the whole court case. Remember what happened with Dom and Liv, and there was a love letter and everything?
Yes.
And I was saying to you, hey, this is oddly familiar. And then you're like, wait a minute.
Yeah, this is
clearly.
Yeah, they were trying to make Dom the victim of this woman, Liv Morgan, who was aggressively coming on to him and sending him lewd pictures. And then Dom was showing them to the Judgment Day. You remember that?
Yes.
That was crazy. That was during all that stuff. And it was like the WWE was saying, Vince is the victim. And she talked about
paint
that.
The picture. Yeah, she talked about that. So that was interesting.
So she noticed too. Yeah, and so she talked about, the current management in the WWE and what they're responsible for.
Well, they wanted her to write something or say something, right? To say that it was consensual, right?
Yes. The WWE did. That's
right.
what she says.
So I guess we'll find out in June, right? Because that's going to be the court case.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just interesting to hear her speak. I don't know what's going to come of it. It's ugly. It's very ugly. But yeah, that story that the WWE did, it was very Vince-ish, Take something real and you think I'm the bad guy? I'm not the bad guy here, pal. I'm just an innocent victim. Okay.
Well, let's remember too,
you're a billionaire, and you're an innocent victim. It just, come on, man. I just,
I'm not too surprised WWE did that though, because weren't they sued in this as well? Not just Vince.
Yeah, I think so. This could be bad for the WWE, but then again, I have no faith in their system to actually prosecute or hold any kind of criminals of that nature responsible. Because it seems pretty clear that if you are a billionaire in America, you can get away with everything. So I don't really have a lot of faith that anything will actually happen to Vince. Because, we're seeing Epstein files drop constantly, and you're like, yo, why is no one being held accountable for that? So, Vince is not going to be. It's all broken, man. I just don't believe that anything will happen. I think those people with that type of money can get away with anything. And until we, the rest of us, decide to do something about it, because there's more of us than there are of them, they're going to keep doing it.
Well, you bring up, I think the biggest point of it all is that money, Vince has it, and she said she doesn't really have much of anything. So when you don't have money to fight back, it's going to make your life a lot harder, I think, in the court of law, I think.
It appears as though when you have enough money to buy and sell people, sometimes you buy and sell people.
That's what the FBI was going after, it looked like, or from what she was saying.
The FBI. I mean, at this point, get fucking Nunzio out there and it'd be more efficient than what they got. Oh, that was a deep cut FBI, ECW, Nunzio joke. Lo Guido.
Well, WWE too.
Yeah, Nunzio in WWE. I gave him his WWE name. Were they FBI in WWE? Yeah, right? The full-blooded Italians?
Well, they had that ECW run for a little bit.
Yeah.
I met him once, Nunzio. It was really awesome to meet him. Told him, it was a great honor to meet him.
Hell of a wrestler, brother.
Well, that's it. That's what I told him.
Very good. Talented technician. We went from Epstein to Nunzio in one step. That's Wrestling Uncensored, baby. We are good. We are good.
Did you watch the Vince crash yet?
No.
I sent it to you.
No, I didn't see it yet.
Oh, my goodness. You got to watch that. That's insane. I'm surprised Vince is still alive. That was nuts. Vince hits that car so hard, bounces off of it, loses parts of his car. It's nuts. And, he's got just kind of what the heck happened?
I don't see it. This video is weird. It's distanced, no?
Well, it happened so fast. It's almost instantly, when the video starts, the collision happened.
Oh, he crashes into the side.
Yeah. Well, he hit the car
driving.
first, and he keeps driving.
Why does he keep driving?
Well,
he pulls over.
He'll say later he's trying to get to his granddaughter's birthday.
Hey, pal. Well, I heard Vince drives like a maniac.
Well, we now have video proof of that.
Yeah, I've heard that from people that know him and, Bruce Pritchard and Gerald Briscoe. They all don't want to drive with Vince because he drives crazy. So, yeah, I'm not surprised.
JR want to see his kids grow up, so.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people have said that about Vince. Not surprised he had a big crash. He seems fine, though.
I mean, he's fine now. That was back in July. That was the same day that Hogan passed away. That was back in July, I think.
Wow.
31st, something like that.
Hogan passes away. It's Hogan from beyond the grave going, "Give you a little push, brother."
It may have been an hour before or after Hogan had passed.
Crazy.
Announced we almost lost Vince and Hogan on the same day within hours.
It should have happened. Would have been perfect. Poetic. I'll say it. Vince should have died. He should have died that day. He cheated death. He's an evil man who cheated death. Oh, poor Vince. God bless. We love him. We love him. We hate him. We don't know how to feel. I'll tell you how to feel, pal.
Well, I'm feeling things for this main event. I'm feeling it should come to an end soon.
Yeah, I'm feeling like it sucks. This is such crap. I can't believe my son-in-law's in charge. He's such an idiot.
It's funny. I read people think this should have been a WrestleMania match. I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea.
Aleister Black should not be at WrestleMania. At all. He's not good enough. How about that? He's not good enough. He's not over enough to be on WrestleMania. I don't care that he's one of the characters on the show. WrestleMania should be the biggest and best people with things going on. This guy never has anything going on. His promos are terrible. His matches are boring. He's not good enough for WrestleMania. Leave him off. Some people just don't make the cut.
He, if I remember correctly on my list, he's on the borderline because I have a ladder match for WrestleMania, so U.S. title ladder match. He could be in it. He might not be in it. I don't know how many people would be involved in that ladder match.
I don't need it at all. I don't need him around. So Raw this week was, not, I would say not good. Right?
Honestly, we came off of almost a pay-per-view, high-quality pay-per-view with the AEW Grand Slam Australia. Right. And then you go to watch Raw, it's like, well, this is a huge step down. Because
you can't.
You saw top notch. Yeah, you can't top notch wrestling, and Raw just felt like we're just going through the motions here and rough promos all around.
Yeah, Punk couldn't even save the show.
I mean, honestly, I think you've been the best part of this show. It wasn't really great, but it was still the best part.
It wasn't great. Well, that's it. It wasn't great. Probably the best part of the show, but still not even that good.
It was a rough show.
Should be better on Monday. With Brock.
You hope so. Yeah. AJ.
What is this?
Styles.
Cody Rhodes is chasing who? Drew McIntyre? Through the arena? During this match? What is this?
I mean, why not? Because shenanigans have to happen during the main event.
Okay. Oh, there's Aleister Black hitting his spinning kick. Is that it? Is he going to beat Randy? It's 11 here. Should be over. He beat Randy. The fuck? Did Randy get distracted by Cody there? Is that what happened? He must have been distracted.
Maybe.
Couldn't have just beat him clean.
Maybe we'll have to see this again at WrestleMania, possibly. I hope not. I didn't want to see it the first time.
Yeah. Aleister Black just beat Randy Orton. Now Cody Rhodes in the ring. Drew McIntyre outside the ring. Did I miss something? Did Drew interfere here?
Yeah, Drew, I think you missed the part where Drew hit Randy with the belt.
Oh, he hit Randy with the belt. That's why Randy lost. Okay. I didn't see that part.
But if anything, that sells it more that Randy would win the chamber, right? Because Drew and all that.
Doubt it.
Well, I highly doubt it too, but what are they doing?
Yeah, I don't know what this is. That was weird. Oh, well. SmackDown's over. Elsewhere on the show, Kiana James qualified for the Women's Elimination Chamber, beating Charlotte Flair and Nia Jax. What? Shocking.
Very shocking.
That was the craziest thing that happened on SmackDown.
Maybe the most shocking thing in WWE this week, to be honest. I know you talk about Javon Evans, but honestly, Kiana James, that's against two top stars in the women's division, and she advances. Wow. Surprising.
Yeah.
Well,
it's one thing for Javon to qualify over Gunther and Dom, but it's another thing for Kiana James, who's what? And she qualifies over Charlotte and Nia? That was surprising. Big surprise.
Yeah. Well, also, too, because Jade, right before the match even happens, Jade and Charlotte have that confrontation.
Yeah. Felt like Charlotte was winning.
makes me think maybe they weren't supposed to make that more of a bigger thing than they actually made it. Maybe, I don't know, because like now we're not getting that clearly whatsoever. Like if anything, now I feel like it's almost like set match done. Like it's Tiffany versus Jade at WrestleMania.
That's what it feels like. Or maybe Rhea. But
Yeah,
Rhea's
that's it.
got the tag belts. You figure she keeps them? I don't know. Unless
I
they switch
figure
the
it.
belts before Mania.
That's it. I mean, if they want to change it up, and like the biggest match they could do out of all the possibilities is Rhea versus Jade. But yeah, maybe they won't switch it up. Because I also put down for Mania like a tag team turmoil match for the women's titles. So basically like a gauntlet kind of thing. And that could be a big match. So
Yeah. I don't know. I think there's a lot of options still on the table. I think Rhea and Jade would be a massive match. I think that match would be big enough to main event night one over whatever Cody's doing.
yeah, no, I agree with you, but I don't know if they're going in that direction. So
Well, Elimination Chamber will be next week. We'll get a lot of answers to our questions leading into Mania next week. Liv Morgan still hasn't picked somebody, but it's going to be Stephanie Vaquer. So the women's chamber winner will likely face Jade Cargill, Tiffany Stratton, Rhea Ripley, Alexa Bliss, Asuka, Kiana James have all qualified. We'll have one more qualifying match coming up on Raw. It'll be Raquel Rodriguez, Kairi Sane, and Io Sky in a triple threat for the last spot. Big Raw. 2 final qualifiers, Brock Lesnar, AJ Styles Appreciation Night. Final Raw before the Chamber. Gearing up for Mania. Final Raw in February. Big times.
I just realized that apparently we have 2 PLEs in May. Because they announced the Clash in Italy, which is May 31st. We already have Backlash May 9th.
Okay.
So we're just going to be bombarded with PLEs after WrestleMania now.
I can't think about what's happening after WrestleMania yet, John. Let me get through the Chamber before I start thinking past Mania. I'm not ready.
You know they're going back to Saudi Arabia, right? Like, again?
When?
June. For Night of Champions.
They love it. They love it. They can't stay away from Saudi Arabia. Fantastic. All right. AEW was in...
Oh, wait. One more thing, though. We didn't talk about the crate that appeared on Raw and SmackDown.
You really stopped me to talk about the crate?
I want to know what's in the crate. What do you think's in the crate?
Well, it's not Chris Jericho because apparently he's still under contract with AEW. He had his contract frozen and he's not coming to WWE.
Ever?
Well,
that seems hard to believe.
Well, not now. I mean, he can't.
Okay.
He can't be the man in the crate.
Well, here's another thing. There's a man in a crate who's just been in a crate, going from Raw to SmackDown, stuck in a crate.
It's literally human trafficking. Can we not do that on TV now? What are we doing? Why are we carrying people around in a crate? They should be dead by now. Unless they're magic. Unless they're evil.
It's going to be Kane, I guess, or something like that, or?
Well, I think it could be one of two people. And I don't think it's going to be Kane. I think it could be 2 people that are evil. One guy is very evil, and the other guy, everything is evil. So 2 guys that are supposed to be headed to the WWE at some point soon are Danhausen, who is very nice but also very evil, and Evil from New Japan. There were a lot of rumors that he was headed to WWE. So I think he could come in with some sort of weird supernatural gimmick where he's in a crate and he's evil. Everything is evil. And Danhausen, too, because he's like a weird gimmick. I think he could pop out and be like, I'm Danhausen, you know? And you're like, oh, yeah, he survived in the crate because he's like a weird thing. So I think it's one of those guys, honestly. I think that would be fun, too. I'm hoping it's one of those guys. I think they would freshen up the WWE a little bit. Throw Evil in there. Throw Danhausen in there. I'd be happy to see those guys. If it's not those guys, I really have no idea. Danhausen is like a common pick. A lot of people saying Danhausen. I could also see it being Evil. But I would bet, if I were to bet, I would bet it's Danhausen.
Really? Wow. I would think more towards Evil, actually, because Danhausen, like, I agree with you. It kind of fits with the gimmick, but I see him more like NXT at first. I feel Evil, you could put him right on the main roster right away, because to me, he's got more of a main event kind of feel to him. Or Danhausen, that's more NXT, I find.
I don't know. Danhausen was like doing stuff with Conan O'Brien. He went mainstream. You put him on the main roster, they might want to do stuff with him. I think if you put him on NXT, he gets a little lost, and I think you want to elevate him where he's seen by the right people, you know? Danhausen's like a Hollywood project, I think.
Interesting. Okay, yeah.
Danhausen cartoon. What about, you know what I mean? They do something. The Danhausen movie.
So not Bad Bunny, potentially?
In the crate?
Yeah.
No, because
isn't
no one
he supposed to be at
that Bad
WrestleMania?
Bunny's just been sitting in a crate. We know he's been elsewhere.
But he's supposed to be at Mania, so
I don't think it's going to be Bad Bunny. I do like the idea of Bad Bunny Logan Paul at WrestleMania. I think it makes a lot of sense. I think it would get a lot of eyeballs on WrestleMania. Just, you know, people hearing that Logan Paul versus Bad Bunny is a match that's going to happen. I think it's cool. I don't know how the match will go. You know, I think if they rehearse it enough, they could pull it off. So, you know, if that's the deal, I think good. I hope that's the match. I really don't know what else Bad Bunny would do. I think him and Logan Paul is a cool, big celebrity match, and a different kind of celebrity match where you don't have a real wrestler. It's just two celebrities going at it. Could be a mess. Could be passable. Either way, I think it's a good idea.
I think as long as they practice it enough, I think they'll be fine. Logan's shown that in the past. Bad Bunny's shown that in the past. As long as they put in the work, I think they should be able to have a decent match at least.
Yes, but if things go off the rails a little bit, there's nobody in there to fix it.
Yeah, but you put safeguards in there. That's why you put the salad dressing, you put a bunch of weapons, you put the Vision involved, Damian Priest or something, you know? Like,
you have
salad
Paul
dressing.
Heyman ringside telling them what to do.
There you go.
I mean, you know, just in case, just put Heyman there with Logan, and he can just talk them through it.
That could work, you know, and have a good ref.
Safeguards is right, John. You are correct. Safeguards is how you do it. Good ref. You get Charles Robinson there. You get Heyman ringside. You have him practice it. You have Triple H watch them do it the day of and the day before. You know what I mean? Like, you pay attention. You make sure nobody gets embarrassed, and you make it happen. And a lot of people will watch because they're two big stars, especially Bad Bunny. Massive. If they can get him for WrestleMania, huge.
I wouldn't be surprised if they've already, like, at least had talks about going over the match already. So,
yeah. I think it's a match that makes a lot of sense for WrestleMania. And, we'll keep watching what's going on. WrestleMania. Next week on the show, we'll preview the Elimination Chamber. AEW, they've got their next big show, Revolution. They had a big show in Australia last weekend. Very good show. Solid. Just top
tremendous
to bottom.
Presentation.
Yeah, really
looked amazing. The set. Got a lot of people there too. Like it looked very impressive. And start to finish, like you just had top quality matches.
Yeah. Moxley and Takeshita went to a time limit draw. Babes of Wrath defending their tag titles. They were big time over, of course. Harley Cameron from Australia. The Australians were very over.
My favorite match was the ladder match.
Yeah, Kyle Fletcher, of course, very over. That match with Mark Briscoe was very good. Very good. MJF and Brody King was really good. I think my favorite match was Andrade and Hangman. I like that one.
I thought it was good, but again, like the ladder match just had a lot more to it, obviously. There was a lot of blood involved and a lot of just chaos with the ladders. They had some tables. There's just more to it. And,
yeah.
I know Andrade and Hangman had a good match. I like the whole spot with the fan, like, kisses Andrade and then Hangman steals the photo. That was a nice little spot they did. But, again, the ladder match I thought was just more violent.
I thought the finish was good, where Andrade attempted to cheat, but Hangman blocked him and hit the low blow, and then he hit the buckshot.
Yeah, that was good. It was
a good finish, made sense, protected Andrade too. And then it set up Hangman versus MJF for Revolution for the AEW World Title. Which, they did a promo this week on Dynamite.
They did.
Pretty intense promo. Pretty good promo. And the end of it was Hangman wants it to be Texas Death, and he's willing to never challenge for the AEW World Title for the rest of his career if he does not win. And now MJF has a week to decide whether he wants to accept those terms. Yeah.
The Cody stipulation.
And Cody lost that match and then wasn't able to challenge for the AEW World Title anymore. He never won.
Because of MJF.
Yeah, it was because of MJF, right?
It was. Yeah.
I mean, is Hangman leaving AEW? What's the story?
I don't think so. I mean, he's still the Trios champion. I believe he's defending it tomorrow.
Yeah, well, the last Trios champion left and went to the WWE and then just, I mean, it was pretty much like, oh, he's going to WWE. Isn't he Trios champion? Yeah. Drops the belt, and then next week he's in WWE. Is that what's happening with Hangman? Did I miss something? Is it WWE getting Hangman? Because that would be big for them, because Hangman is amazing. And it would be a massive loss for AEW.
I think it might be AEW just showing that they could make that stipulation work. Like with Cody, it kind of held him back in a sense, or he was kind of stuck. With Hangman, I feel like they have a plan with this. Also, it's to kind of throw that little wrench in there where it's like, well, you don't think Hangman's going to win, so let's throw this little stipulation on there where it's like, well, he better win, because then that's it for title shots.
Yeah, he better win. Like, if they're doing it, because it's not official, because MJF has to, agree next week for some reason. I don't know what that is. But if they are doing it, he's got to win, because to just have Hangman excluded from the AEW World Title picture is just dumb. It'd be like saying, well, Seth Rollins now is never allowed to challenge for the WWE title or the world title. No more. It's like, well, why not? He should.
Like, I understand as long as that person is champion, because I feel like that stipulation has been done, and it works to success. Like, as long as MJF is champion, you can't challenge him again.
Yeah, but that's not what they're saying.
Long term, like forever, ever. So that's kind of rough.
I don't like it. Hangman better win.
Well, again, we'll see what happens. I feel like they threw that whole MJF has to decide because I don't think they're 100% sure that this is the way they want to go with it yet.
So why bring it up?
So you have to tune in next week to Dynamite to find out what happens.
Okay. Kenny and Swerve had an incredible match. Of all the matches that happened this week, that was my favorite.
Like, I still like the ladder match more, but that was very. I mean, easily it was the best match on Dynamite.
Yeah,
but
I thought it was the best match of the week. It was pretty damn fantastic. I think Meltzer agrees with me. I think didn't Meltzer give it like 5 1/3 or 5 1/4 or something? He gave it over 5 stars.
He loves Kenny, but I got to give Kenny like a lot of credit too, because like
amazing.
He just was so fast in that match. It's just incredible, like his pacing in that match. Like he was just always on the go with that. And Swerve's a fast guy, but Kenny made it seem like he's got to keep up with him. And that was very impressive because Kenny doesn't wrestle that much. So it's really interesting to see how Kenny, like, people feel like, oh, he lost a step. To me, if like he lost a step, like that's kind of scary because he looks so fast in that match.
I think Kenny has maybe lost a half step, but he was so far ahead of the game that it doesn't even matter.
The only blimp in that match was like he almost slipped off the barricade.
He did slip off,
really
but then he jumped right back on.
Yeah, but that's it. Like he made that slip work because that can happen. You can slip, and it still worked out fine.
That match was damn near perfect. Big spots, big bumps. The V-trigger on Aubrey Edwards was like perfectly executed. The camera angle on it was perfect. Like Swerve was so good. Swerve is looking huge too. He's so jacked these days. Looking massive. Yeah, the match was nuts. And then the post-match where Swerve hit the vertebreaker through the table on Kenny. Yikes.
Well, it was neat that they were booing him before he really turned heel. So that was interesting.
Yeah.
The fans knew ahead of time.
And Swerve beats Kenny, too.
I mean, obviously with the referee thing, the exposed buckle and all that, there was a little bit of shenanigans involved. But yes, he did beat Kenny.
Yeah. Hell of a match. Hell of a match to close Dynamite this week. The rest of the show was all right. But it was really about Kenny and Swerve.
I didn't mind that 4-way that they had, actually, for the TBS championship.
Yeah.
I believe it was Willow against Megan Bayne, against Marina, against Mina.
Yeah.
That was fine.
Yeah,
it was an interesting match. You see that kind of arrangement in terms of like the verses, like you don't usually see that kind of thing. It almost felt like almost like a tag, but not a tag. And then it turned into a traditional 4-way when it all fell apart with the whole Megan and Marina team. It was interesting to see how that went down.
It felt like a big match, too. It was a lot of, like, established stars in AEW. A lot of titles have been bouncing around. You thought, Willow, maybe she drops the TBS title here. She doesn't. She holds on. She wins the belt, or, retains the belt, wins the match. But, it was good. Like Megan Bayne, Marina Shafir, Mina Shirakawa, Willow Nightingale. They've all been well-established now as legit players in AEW, and you could have seen any of them walk away with that TBS title, which I think says a lot about, the evolution of the booking of the women's division in AEW. They've done a lot better job of elevating talent across the board, men and women. A lot better job of making more people believable. And I think that match was a very good example of it. It felt like a pay-per-view match.
It felt special, without question. And they're just expanding it more now. Now they're getting Thunder Rosa back. And she's going to be facing, not yet, but eventually they're going to build her up to face the new AEW Women's Champion, Tekla.
Yeah.
So they're building to new stuff here. It's like the build is actually getting better in terms of, like, sometimes they just have matches for the sake of having matches, but they're actually building towards stuff in a far better way now.
Yeah. AEW right now has a ton of momentum.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say. Oh, I mean, that Grand Slam show was fantastic, and that now they're gonna have a pay-per-view coming up. It's like it gets you more excited for what's coming up with AEW.
The consistency of their shows has been a real selling point for me. They have become a far more consistent product in the past even 6 months. 6 months to a year, they've really improved their booking. The match quality has always been there, but now they're making it mean more. They're making more stars. They're doing very good things. The promos have been very good. They've cut out a lot of the, I want to say, like, only works on the indies type stuff. Like, they've cut out a lot of the guys where you go, how is he on TV? And pretty much everybody you see on TV now is, like, looking like a wrestler, wrestling reasonably well to excellently, You're not seeing any of these kind of garbage talents on TV where you're like, who is this? Why are they here? Like, you look at Dynamite this week, it opens with Jon Moxley and Mark Davis. That's a solid match. Mark Davis is a solid-looking guy who looks like a wrestler, who can wrestle.
Busted his hand.
Yeah. The match was good. You got Brody King in there. He looks like a wrestler. Willow, Megan, Marina, Mina, they're all legit. Like, there's no, I don't want to mention any names, but, we had a lot of people in AEW for a long time that we saw regularly, and you're like, these are jabronis. These people shouldn't be on TV. You've got MJF. You've got Hangman Page. You've got Pac. You've got Claudio Castagnoli. You've got the now bald Wheeler Yuta, who was shaved bald by Orange Cassidy and Tony Storm in that tag match at Grand Slam with Marina. I guess you still have.
That was a good match. I was surprised how good that match was. That was actually
very
pretty good.
Tony Storm was in it, John, and she
took a pile
driver outside the ring from Wheeler Yuta. I was shocked how much Wheeler attacked Tony. There's a lot of man-on-woman violence in that match, mostly Wheeler to Tony.
If I'm not mistaken, I think she gave Wheeler her finish in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, made up for it.
Storm Zero.
Yeah.
Yep, and then they shaved him bald. I really enjoyed that Wheeler was trying to leave, and then he didn't want to get his head shaved, and then Moxley comes out, and he's like, no, you have to go back, go get your head shaved. So then that was the thing that made him do it. That whole segment was excellent. The match was good. The post-match stuff was entertaining and fun. Toni Storm. Everything she touches turns to gold.
Again, her and Mina should be tag champions. I don't know why they haven't done that yet, but it should happen.
At some point, I think it'll happen.
There is one thing, though, in AEW that kind of upsets me. It happens in WWE too, but more so in AEW is the whole, I'm going to punch you, and then I'm going to run off the ropes like almost right away. Like, I just feel like that looks so bad. And they do it so much in AEW, I find.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, sometimes you can make it make sense, but the way they do it in AEW, because they do it so damn fast, it just looks like you're running away from somebody who's right in front of you. Like, why are you doing that?
I will say that there are still some people in AEW where you're like, what? Like when Hook gets to cut a backstage promo as the new leader of the Ops. And I'm here recruiting. And I know about recruiting. I was recruited by all the top schools because I was really good. I was excellent. He doesn't tell you what he was good at. It was lacrosse.
I thought he was going to say eating potato chips, but okay.
No, he was a college lacrosse player. He doesn't mention that. Doesn't sound that
lacrosse
badass.
Lacrosse is a good sport, actually.
Yeah, but it doesn't really kind of mesh with this attitude and this character he's trying to portray. Like he was maybe wrestling. He wasn't wrestling. He was playing lacrosse. Little Tyler, whose dad worked for the WWE, was playing lacrosse. So forgive me if I don't really buy the whole badass gimmick. Tyler from the streets, the mean streets of Long Island, New York, where he lived in a nice home with his mother and father. His father, who made a very good living, working for the WWE as a commentator. Wasn't on the road, once a week he had to go on the road, but, he was mostly there for his child. Growing up, making a good living for the WWE and helping him get into the wrestling business. And little Tyler was playing lacrosse. But now we're supposed to believe he's big and bad from the streets. It's real scary. Scary. Little Tyler. Oh, he's Hook now. Hook. Captain Hook Tyler. I don't believe you, Tyler. I don't believe him.
I believe he's going to have a big match, though, for Double or Nothing, because it's going to be in Queens, as they announced. Queens, New York. So, yeah.
He's like Dominic Mysterio, who's like not in on the joke. Like, that's who he is. To me, Hook is like Dominic Mysterio. He's like a pretend badass. But Dominic knows that he's not a badass. He's not like from the streets, from prison, and he plays into the joke. Hook, like his father, wants you to believe he's somebody he isn't. Taz wanted everybody to believe he was a shooter and he could fight and he could beat everybody up and you don't want to mess with him. And until RVD, who's actually a tough guy, who actually is an accomplished martial artist, was like, yo, shut up, Taz. Whoop your ass. Taz was like father, like son. Like, that's what it is, man. He's pretending to be this guy that he's not because the guy that he is, he's embarrassed about. Just like his daddy. Everybody knows this. This is a known fact. So, get out of here, Tyler. The worst part of Dynamite. Tyler.
It wasn't Alex Windsor and Jamie Hayter's new tag team, no?
Nah. It was Tyler. It's always Tyler. Sucks. I hate the attitude because you go, come on, man. Stop pretending. Like, Dominic Mysterio. You're Dominic Mysterio. You know?
He should have been better than that, but yeah, no, he's fallen into that, sadly.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? He's worse than Dominic Mysterio. Dominic is actually a much better talent. In every way. Dominic is so much better than Hook.
I mean, Dom's strikes are still garbage, but Dom can bump, though.
Yeah. And he can cut a promo.
That's another good point, too.
He understands what his character is. Hook wants you to believe he is some big, bad, tough guy. That is his gimmick. That is who he wants to portray. What he doesn't understand is he's not that guy, and he should play into that. That he's a guy who wants to be a big, bad, tough guy, who wants you to think he's a big, bad, tough guy, but really he knows that he's not. Because that's a better character. But he doesn't know that he's not. He thinks that he is. So, whatever. In AEW, you can get away with that. In WWE, Dominic got thrown around by Brock Lesnar. He understands who he is. You know what I mean? You don't feel so tough when Brock Lesnar is like picking you up with one hand and throwing you 10 feet.
I'm sure there's a bunch of people who probably could do that in AEW to Hook, but he's protected, so that won't happen.
Not that many.
Well, I think Archer could do it. I think Brian Cage could do it.
Yeah, those guys, they're not doing it. Brock Lesnar has the backstage power to do whatever he wants to whoever he wants. Those guys you mentioned do not. Yeah, so Dynamite happened. It was all right. It was all right. We did have the Beast Mortos wrestle Kevin the Jet Knight, which was kind of like, all right, guys, what are we doing here? Why? That was one match that I didn't need to see.
I was happy that they made it official FTR Young Bucks for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Pretty good match.
I liked FTR cutting that promo, with Stokely in the ring. Stokely's on the wheelchair. And then the Young Bucks show up behind them, super kick him. Stokely's reaction was really good. Acting like he didn't know that they were there, and then realizing they were there. Taking the super kick. It's good. That's Revolution.
It was good for the crowd asked for the super kick before it even happened. So I don't know that that's ever happened before. So that's kind of neat for the Bucks.
Bucks were very over.
Well, they were in Florida, right?
California.
Pretty much over in Florida.
Sacramento.
California? Well, they're even more over there than probably. So
yeah, well, they're from California, so yeah, I think they're very over there.
Yeah, I think they're over there. Jacksonville, they were there a long time too, so I would think Florida as well.
Yeah.
Bucks are over in a lot of places.
Yeah, well, as they should be. They're one of the best tag teams in the world. And, Sacramento, Northern California, the Bucks are from Southern California, and AEW Revolution will be in Southern California, in Los Angeles, March the 15th. The Young Bucks challenging for those AEW World Tag Team titles against the FTR. Seems like a good time to give the Bucks the belt, no? In LA?
I feel like FTR is going to retain. Because it just seems like for sure Bucks are going to win, right? That's where I feel like no, they're not going to win. It seems like the AEW thing to do.
But I don't know. I think it would be the combination of the whole Young Bucks redemption story. They were evil, they were rich, and then they lost everything, and they were still evil, and they were heels, and all of this, and they were poor, and then they came back, and they redeemed themselves, and they fix their relationship with Kenny and Hangman. Now they get a match for the tag team titles. They're back in action. They're back with a title shot, and it's against FTR, and it's in LA. It seems like kind of the storybook ending to this chapter for the Young Bucks, where they're finally back to being who they once were, the babyface Young Bucks.
Yeah, it's too perfect. That's why I feel like the Bucks wouldn't win at pay-per-view.
John, you never want the happy ending. You don't like it.
Is it ending the pay-per-view? I mean, if it's ending the
No.
pay-per-view, that makes sense. But if it's not,
I think Hangman Page winning the AEW title ends the pay-per-view, beating MJF.
I think MJF's going to retain on that one. But
that sucks.
Come on, man. MJF, this reign is just starting, man.
So
Come
Hangman will never be AEW champion again?
I mean, they got to fix that. Like, that shouldn't be the stipulation, but, I mean, if that's the way it's got to be, that's the way it's got to be.
Okay. And the other match that they've announced for AEW Revolution will be a Continental Championship match. Jon Moxley versus Konosuke Takeshita with no time limit. Their last match went to a time limit draw, so this one will be no time limit. There must be a winner.
So it's going to be 30 minutes long this time?
Over, probably.
I mean, we're getting, 8 matches, and one match is going to be over 30 minutes long? Are you kidding me? Like, I don't think that's going to happen. That's too much.
This is AEW, where the best wrestle for 6 hours.
Hopefully just 5.
It's the best show. It's just, it takes too long. It takes too long to sit through.
On a Sunday night.
Oh, brother. On a Sunday morning. Johnny North, Ronda Rousey is coming back to MMA, former WWE champion, former WrestleMania main eventer. We talked about it last night on Ringside Report MMA. It's a big deal for Netflix. Big deal for MMA, I think.
For you guys are doing a watch long, you guys said last night.
Yeah, probably. It'll be a big fight. We also saw that Cyborg, Chris Cyborg, will be boxing against Clarissa Shields on the co-main event of that show. That news breaking this evening. So, yeah. Pretty cool. So
this is going to be a mixed event then. It's not just MMA. You're going to get MMA and boxing and potentially maybe just wrestling maybe?
I guess
this is a Jake Paul thing, right?
I think this is going to be yeah, it's Jake Paul. But the word is it'll be a boxing match.
So usually, I'm just looking back on past Jake Paul pay-per-views. It was under the same umbrella, but basic idea is that it wasn't always just boxing, wasn't it? Sometimes it'd be a little bit different here and there.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if this deal is actually official.
Or if it's just more rumors, speculation.
Yeah. I think right now it's just a rumor, but it feels like it's going to happen. I don't know.
Well, they probably want it to happen. I mean, that'd be great for them.
MMA is reporting it. I don't know how legit this is. I don't know. But they're saying it's a boxing match. What is Upfront MMA?
Well, then it would also bring in the question, so is this just going to be an all-females
Cyborg
event,
seems to be confirming it.
Okay. Yeah, but, didn't McGregor, confirm something and then delete that confirm post afterwards, too? So.
I don't know. Weird times. What do you think about Ronda coming back? Would you rather see her in WWE or MMA?
I'd actually rather see. Well, I mean, I think it's good for Ronda to come back for that one fight because she really wanted to do this, apparently. So that's good for her that she wanted to do that. She's been training for it, so make it worth it. But I'd rather see her come back and wrestle in AEW because I thought she had a very good showing there, and I feel
Wasn't
like
that Ring
her
of
and
Honor?
Marina could. Yeah, I mean, sure, but whatever. I mean, it's basically the same thing. So, but I feel her and Marina, like, she could definitely do something with her, either teaming or against each other. I think that would be very interesting to watch.
Yeah. I don't know. Seems like she's
I feel
done with wrestling.
WWE, there's a lot of hostility. I think with wrestling, like AEW, I think the door is always open for her if she wanted it. And if it worked out, I mean, think about it. Like, doesn't she live like in California?
Yeah.
So, I mean, she could always show up at that pay-per-view, no? Revolution?
Seems unlikely with, a big fight going on that she would also start doing wrestling at the same time. Like, go back to wrestling and MMA all at the same time.
Up.
She'd be like
Let's
2 months
show
out.
up.
I doubt it. You're dreaming.
Well, I dream big, man. But I'd rather see her go back to AEW. I feel like in WWE, I don't think she was well liked there. I don't think she liked being there. So I think go where you'd be liked and you can make good money.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think I would like to see her in AEW. I don't feel like AEW is going to pay for that. And I don't think she's that interested in doing it.
I think that's the main thing. It's like, does she want to do it? I think Tony Khan would easily take her right away.
Yeah. I think he would. I'm just not sure. I don't know. I don't see it happening. John, we're just about done. You sent me a mean tweet today after the Yankees lost the first spring training game. Like I don't care that they lost today, John. It doesn't matter. I mean,
count it.
Most of the team wasn't playing. Like Aaron Judge didn't play. If Judge isn't in the lineup, it doesn't count. So,
what isn't like your best player now, Jazz? Like, didn't he play?
Why would he be the best player?
Well, he said he's going to be the next 50-50 guy, isn't he? That's what he said. His words.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Let's see you do it. But, I really like that you were talking shit about the Yankees losing the first game in spring training. Dude, doesn't matter. It's practice. It's a practice game. Angelo's in the chat. Preseason doesn't count. Exactly. What are you talking about? I was just happy to see them play baseball, See guys in the Yankee uniform. I saw Jazz Chisholm. I saw Austin Wells. I saw Caballero. I saw Ahmed Rosario, a few of the guys from the real team, but most of the guys were just, minor leaguers, whatever. Guys trying to make the team, different guys. It wasn't a real team there. So, yeah, they lost. Pete Alonso for the Orioles hit a 2-run homer. And they won. The Orioles won 2-0. I will say the one thing I didn't like was the Yankees struck out 13 times in the game, which, if you follow the team closely, you know that they strike out a lot, which is a problem. And, of course, it's not the real Yankees. It's not the Major League Yankees, but it is, the Yankees organization. These guys are players in the Yankees system. And they're all striking out a lot. It's an abnormal amount of strikeouts in one game. We know that that's got to change. We know there's got to be better pitch selection. We know that there's got to be fewer strikeouts. And obviously, the one game today means nothing, but just from an organizational standpoint, it's been hammered in from anybody that's paying attention, like, they need to strike out less because they're either hitting a home run or striking out, and it's hard to win baseball games when everybody on your team has the same profile offensively. If you're hitting home runs, it's great. When the Yankees hit 2 or more home runs in the game, they have a good record. When the Yankees don't homer in a game, they lose, and it's usually a bunch of guys striking out. So to see that today was kind of like, oh, man, we're striking out again. That sucks. Very Yankees. Typical Yankees. Quiet bats, a lot of strikeouts. No Judge in the lineup. Bats were quiet, struck out a lot. Like, that's kind of what they do. So, in a way, it meant nothing. But in another way, it was kind of like a little slice of what New York Yankees baseball is when we're really not doing well. So, it didn't feel good seeing that. I wanted to see them hit some dingers. I wanted to see Wells and Rosario and Jazz hit home runs and feel good and look good and, get a 6-2 win. But instead, you lost 2-0. So, obviously I want to see them win every game, even if it is preseason, but who cares, right? Yeah, but the strikeouts are bad, man. No more strikeouts. Stop striking out so much, Yankees. We're worried about the season. We're all worried about the season. All Yankees fans are worried about the season, thinking we're gonna stink, thinking we might finish in 4th place in the East. But all the projections from all the stats and all the Vegas odds and everything have the Yankees projected to win the American League, be the best team in the American League, to have more wins than any other team, and to go to the World Series. I mean, they're projected to have the best record in the American League this year. Projections don't mean anything, but, a lot of people are kind of panicking in Yankee land because we didn't make any big moves in the offseason, but they still finished with, tied for the best record in the American League last year with the Jays. Problem is they couldn't beat the Jays, and they probably won't be able to beat them again this year, and then they'll suck again. So, that's really the main issue that Yankee fans are having. It's like, oh, yeah, well, we got a good record, and we should do well, and we should have a lot of wins, and we should beat the bad teams, and cool. Could we beat the good teams? No. We'll see. Maybe this is our year, man. Baseball's crazy. Baseball gods and all that. Garrett Cole could come back and be amazing. Everything could work, John. Or everything could be bad. You never know with baseball, right? That's why you play the games. It's not played on paper.
I just found it very upsetting when I see this graphic and it shows like the Yankee players walking out of the snow and into like spring, and I'm like, it's not like that here for us. So that got me a little upset.
Well, that's a metaphor.
I felt like I had,
it's supposed to get you excited. It's like, hey guys, look, baseball's back. Spring is around the corner. It's coming, John. I know it's like snowing right now where we are. It's like a big snowstorm this weekend, I think. But I am feeling good because I saw baseball today. I'm going to see baseball again tomorrow. And the World Baseball Classic starts in like under 2 weeks. March 4th.
Well, I'll get excited for the gold medal game on Sunday, like many other people. I know you don't care about the Olympics. You don't care about athletes. I understand.
Well, I don't really watch winter sports. I'm not a big luge fan. I'm not a big hockey fan. So I don't really watch those sports. So the Winter Olympics don't really interest me because I don't watch any of the sports in it. But I do understand that Canada is going to play a gold medal hockey game on Sunday against America. This is the men's hockey team. The women's hockey team played a gold medal game against America and lost.
In overtime.
Yikes. So if Canada loses to America again in another gold medal hockey game, that would be a major embarrassment. People in this country will act like we lost a war, even though it's just a hockey game and it doesn't really mean anything. But people here will lose their minds if Canada loses to America in hockey again. Americans will, basically not care if they win. But if Canada loses, Canadians everywhere will be devastated and enter a period of mourning. But if Canada wins, Canadians everywhere will be very, very excited. And I will take advantage of Canada playing on Sunday morning and get my ass to the grocery store because it will be empty on a Sunday, which is always nice. Because usually you go Sunday morning and it's crowded and there's people there and it's annoying. But I know that Sunday morning, everybody will be watching hockey and nobody will be at the grocery store, leaving it empty and clear for me. Perfect. They open at 8 a.m., the grocery stores. I'm pretty sure that's when the game starts. It's like really right in my sweet spot.
You just got to hope not enough people call in sick that they can actually open the store.
Oh, they're going to open the store, brother. They got to. Can't close a grocery store. It's impossible.
I saw a bunch of people said that they're off work for this period of time. At 10:30, they're off work because the game's on. So
yeah,
work's off.
Real productive. Good job. Yeah, I don't know. Angelo doesn't think that America is going to beat Canada again. I hope not. That would be pretty embarrassing for Canada, right? I'd rather Canada wins because I am Canadian, technically. But
technically,
I won't be watching it or anything. I live here, but I'm born here.
You were born here, yeah.
I was born here. I live here, so technically I am Canadian, but I don't drink beer or watch hockey. So am I Canadian? I don't know.
No, you still are. There's a lot of Canadians that aren't hockey fans. It happens.
But I don't like winter skating. I've never skied or snowboarded in my life. I don't like any of that stuff. So, I'm Canadian, but, I'm not, typical Canadian. I don't watch hockey, none of that stuff. I'm not interested. I like baseball, professional wrestling, mixed martial arts, cool shit like that.
Well, nothing wrong with that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Still can be Canadian that way, too.
Yeah, I know, but people make me feel like I'm not that Canadian. I don't even like Tim Hortons coffee. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like you like maple syrup, don't you?
I think I prefer the fake syrup even.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
whatever.
I do prefer. I know I prefer the fake syrup. I prefer I have the standard whatever, just sugar syrup, and when we have pancakes or whatever, I have that. The rest of them, they have maple syrup. I'm like, nah, give me the fake stuff. I prefer the fake stuff, which people see as sacrilegious here in Canada. We're especially Quebec is the maple syrup capital of the world. But I'm good. I like maple. I like maple butter. I like those little cones. You know the little cones with the maple stuff in it.
Yes.
I love those. I like maple stuff. But maple syrup, I'm not super into. I like it; it's good, but if I had a choice, I think I'm picking the other syrup, the fake syrup. It's bad, I know.
Well, I know you like smoked meat, so there you go. You got something there.
I do like smoked meat and bagels, but that's not Canadian. That's more Montreal. I like Montreal food.
Hey, it's part of Canada. It's fine.
I like the babka at Cheski's. My favorite. Johnny, I don't know if you would eat it, but the chocolate babka at Cheski's is maybe the most delicious thing that you could eat in this whole city. I don't think there's anything better. I don't think there's a better piece of food in the entire city of Montreal than the Cheski's babka. All right?
Oh, I had some really good pizzaghetti in Montreal, so I don't know about that.
No, I'm telling you, the babka is better. I think it is the best food item that exists. Because you eat it and you go, how is this so good? How is this possible? How are they doing this? How did they get so much chocolate in here? What are they doing? Oh, it's so good. I haven't had it in like at least a month or two. I need more babka. I haven't had babka since December, I think. It's like February here. Can I get some babka? Babka me! They don't deliver. You got to go all the way. Sunday morning, maybe. Sunday morning, babka. Nobody's going to be at Cheski's. Everybody's going to be watching the hockey. No, nobody at Cheski's. Everybody watching hockey. Although, are those guys watching hockey? Those guys are watching hockey, I think. Do Chassids watch hockey?
You have to find out Sunday morning. We'll find out.
I got to call my friend Russell. Yeah, Russell, I have a question. Angela wants to know what's a babka. Babka is it's like a cake. It's like a little cake. You get the little chocolate babka at this place called Cheski's. It's the best. I highly recommend it, Angelo. Get the babka. Chocolate babka.
Sounds very sweet, though. I don't know. It doesn't sound
that
that
sweet.
appealing.
It's perfect. It's perfect. I'm telling you. Oh, my God. Wish I had some right now. I would eat 2 babka right now. Give me a cinnamon, give me a chocolate. Give me both. Give me one of each. No, I want 2 chocolates. I want 2 chocolate babkas now. Babka. Okay, that's it. I got to go eat something because just thinking about babka is getting me excited. All right, that's it. We've done it. Thanks, everybody. We love you. We'll see you again soon. Angelo, Jason, Pete, you guys are awesome. Thanks for supporting. Join.ringsidereport.net, membership.ringsidereport.net, and go to our website, ringsidereport.net. What?
Next week, it's the big Elimination Chamber preview show.
Yes.
Thanks for sticking with us to the end. We would really appreciate it if you could help us spread the word.
You know the drill. Hit that subscribe button. Flip those notification switches.
We are an audience-supported network, so consider becoming a recurring supporter at membership.ringsidereport.net. Check out our website at ringsidereport.net. Hope to see you again next time, and have a good night.